Hi friends, good morning to all of you. Welcome to Rams Academy. I take this opportunity to thank all the viewers who have viewed our previous video mentioning about the usage of the multimeter. Thank you very much for your overwhelming support. Today we are going to discuss about resistors, which is a very important component to be used in electrical and electronic circuits. Let us go to the real video. To understand the resistor, we have to understand the flow of electrons. In every circuit, there is going to be a voltage source and a load. Therefore, when a load is connected to the voltage source, the current is going to flow through the load. Therefore, if it is going to be a voltage DC source, electrons will flow from negative electrode to positive electrode, but conventional current will flow from anode to cathode. Therefore, we have to understand this. This is a tip for the people who to understand. Therefore, this current flowing through a load in a circuit is being governed by an important law called Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that at constant temperature, the current flowing through the circuit is always proportional to the voltage applied across a particular component. Therefore, to make equivalent to that, and we have to use the proportionality constant, like this is going to be equal to E by R. 1 by R is the proportionality constant. Normally the voltage is in the electrical conventional discussion, voltage is normally referred as E, electromotive force. Therefore, I is always, Ohm's law states that I is equal to E by R. So as it is there, we can in every circuit, the flow of current can be increased or decreased according to the adjustment, either to increase the voltage or decreasing the resistance. Like that, the current can be adjusted in that. Therefore, resistors are used in the circuit to limit a current through a particular component, so that component can be saved. Otherwise, what will happen if we are wrongly connecting a resistor in a circuit, and if it is exceeding the current which is being limited by the wattage of a particular resistor, then the resistor may be spoiled. Therefore, we have to design a circuit to have a resistor, thinking that how much power is going to be dissipated across the resistor and how much current is going to flow through the resistor otherwise. Coming to that point, there are lot of resistors called resistors available, which are being manufactured by many industries. The first one is called carbon resistor. Carbon resistor is nothing but resistor means it has to have two leads. So between the two leads, something should be there to limit the flow of electron. So this is being done by packing properly the carbon granules within that. Therefore, properly increasing the number of granules or size, we can increase the wattage of the resistor or the resistance of the resistor. All these things can be varied. The manufacturer will take care of all these things. Therefore, to find out how much current it can limit, how much power it can dissipate, all these things are governed by Ohm's law only. Therefore, there are many resistors available, this carbon resistor with so many values, like the values are being printed over resistance. Values of the resistor is being printed over the resistance. But of course, what happens is, in a circuit, a resistor is being connected and the circuit is being used for several years. What will happen after a few years, if you want to find out what is the resistance value, and the resistance, the number may be erased in due course. Therefore, the conventional representation of a resistance of a resistor is being referred by a color code. Color code. The value of a particular resistor, the color code method is used. Color code method. What is color code? Color code is nothing but, there are going to be in a resistor, there are going to be 3 bands of different colors. Therefore, if you look at the resistor from left to right, these are the leads. So this is going to be 3 colors, and then there is going to be another color which is separated by a larger distance. Therefore, you have to keep the resistor in this way to find out the value. This is the first band, second band, third band. Like that, the first band will represent a particular number, let it be say X number, and second one will represent a particular number, X number. The third will represent a particular value either from 1 to 9. Therefore, what is the number this is going to represent? That many number of zeros are to be added to find out the actual value. For a sample resistor, let it be like brown, black and yellow. There are three colors. For example, I would like to say that this brown will represent as 1, the black will represent as 0, this yellow will represent 4. This 4 is supposed to be fixed as 4 zeros. Therefore, this is going to be 100,000 ohms is the actual value. 100,000 ohms. So, that can be equivalent to 100K. So, this number brown, black, yellow color bands are represented by, to remember for a technician, there is going to be a slogan called B.B. Roy, Great Britain, very good wife. Okay, so this is going to represent this if you remember, if you mug up, and you will be able to find out the value of the resistors. This is going to represent as 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is going to be 8, this is going to be 9. Therefore, any resistor, if you look at the color bands, you can find out the value. That is the way we have to remember all those things. Why we are opting for a color code representation of a value of a resistor is, if you print a value of a resistance as 100 ohms, what happens is in due course what happens is in a particular circuit, after few years of service of a particular electronic device, if a resistance has to be replaced to find out the value, it has been spoiled. Therefore, even with the multimeter we cannot find out the value. We have to look into the value only. But what happens is, if you have printed over here 100 ohms, and then because of the usage, when people are touching again and again, this 140 100 ohms will be just destroyed. It will be not visible. Therefore, what happens is, if you have a color code, even one side if it is rubbed off, the other side a color will be there. Therefore, it is very easy to find out the value of the resistor. That is why they are mentioning the resistor as color bands. Another thing, in some ohms they will be represented as, even if you print, they will be representing this as E only. E means ohms. So, like that, in a resistor, to find out the value, you have to remember the color code, and also you have to remember what is the wattage and all those things. There is one more color code which is very much useful. That is nothing but, there are lot of electronic instruments, and every instrument may be a commercial one, may be a professional one. Commercial means the resistor which are going to be used over there, it doesn't need to be an accurate resistance, but it can be a slightly here and there, it can have a lower value or a higher value like that. Therefore, in a professional equipment where you need more accuracy, there are resistors which are going to be very perfect in the value, and there are commercial radios, TVs and all those things in which the value of a resistor is not going to matter that much. Therefore, every resistor has got a tolerance value. This tolerance, according to the tolerance, either plus or minus 10% or plus or minus 20% or plus or minus 1%, like that, the people have to choose the resistor to use in a particular circuit. And then these are the types of resistor. Carbon resistor, I have told you about carbon resistor, I told you about the wattage of the resistor, and the tips is for a particular usage in which we think a particular power is being dissipated over resistance like 300 milliwatts. In that condition, for a reference only I am telling, the resistor is going to dissipate 300 milliwatts, the resistance value is going to be 270 ohm. In that condition, where you can use this 270 ohms 300 watts resistor can be used in a circuit in which it is going to dissipate a maximum of 200 milliwatts only, 200 milliwatts. But the same 270 ohms 300 milliwatts cannot be used in a place where you need 500 milliwatts. If you use this resistor, this will be destroyed. Therefore, you have to understand higher voltage resistors can be used in a place where low voltage dissipation is occurring. Therefore, it's an important point. Okay. And then moving on to the next one, there are going to be, this I have discussed about the fixed resistor, and I have to move to another type of resistor which is nothing but a variable resistor. Before learning about variable resistor, we should suppose resistors are how they are going to be effective when resistors are going to be connected in series and also when they are going to be connected in parallel. What are the effects? Let us understand that. The effects are the resistors which are going to be connected as series R1, R2, the effective resistance R is going to be R1 plus R2. And then if the resistors are going to be connected in parallel, actual R here is going to be equal to, is being governed by the equation like 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. And then you should understand one more thing. If the resistor is here, the resistors, when you are not able to find out a particular value of a resistance, you can connect two resistance, but when you connect two resistance, the total value. So when you are doing it, you have to be very careful. Suppose if you think that the power is going to be dissipated as 500 milliwatts, you have to put the 500 milliwatts here as well as 500 milliwatt here. You cannot put 500 milliwatt here 1/4 watt. What will happen is, then this may fail. This may fail in the duration. Therefore, when you are connecting in series, you have to find out across this what is the voltage, how much current is going to flow, what is the power. Across this, what is the voltage, how much power it is going to dissipate. Accordingly, R1 should be chosen for this, R2 should be chosen like that. When you are connecting in parallel also, the resistor has to be accordingly chosen. But when you connect two resistors in parallel, the effective resistance is going to be lesser than the lowermost value of the resistor which is connected in parallel. It's a very, very important tip you have to understand. When you connect two resistances, but effective resistance is going to be always slightly lower than the lowest value of the resistor, either R1 or R2. This is about connecting the resistors in series as well as in parallel. And then we